What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Carol Dweck, she wrote a book called Mindset, and she's the one who popularized the theory that having an open mind for growth is more key to success. It's more of a predictor of success than any other factor that a person can have. When they have an open mind, when they're not closed, when they're not idealized, when they don't have too many convictions, when they're open for growth. And we were talking about Napoleon, good old Napoleon, and curiosity and the importance of curiosity, guys. Just, I was grown and raised in a Christian household. And one of the things that was very familiar was being around other people that believed the exact same thing that I was taught. So I was constantly around this confirmation bias. Whenever I'd go to church, I constantly get fed what I was taught. And this wasn't necessarily bad, but I wasn't getting any outside opinions or views. And one of the biggest things today is that there's YouTube, there's social media, there's people on the farthest ends of the world that you're able to see, you're able to hear their opinions, their ideas, their thoughts. And that changes, and that is changing a lot of people's lives. It's helping us to become more open, to let go of our convictions. I think that's going to, it's going to be crazy to see how the next 10, 20 years plays out. But anyways, that's a different story. It's amazing, guys. Think about that, man. I mean, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you just didn't have that. You had... It's a tight-knit community. You go to church, you go to your job. You read the newspaper, what else? You watch movies, how else do you learn? It's nuts. So one of the things, this is Mastery by Robert Greene, but one of the, like I was saying with church, was that belief was so instilled upon me from a very young age. And I had nothing else opposing against this. When I was a baby boy, the tabula rasa, I came out a blank slate. My mother and father imprinted Christianity on me, and the morals I'm thankful for, but the belief system, believing in the Bible, was what I was taught. So I'm done ranting about that. Anyways, Robert Greene, Mastery, he talks about a man, I forgot his name, missionary, goes into this tribe in the Amazonian, am I saying that right, forest. This tribe, no one had been able to decipher the language of these people in this tribe. He goes in, he's convinced he could do it. He gets so desperate after about a couple months of work. He can't even put together a sentence. He can't understand. One day he's walking in the woods with these guys, and it clicks upon him that these guys, they don't have any words in their language that show future events happening. That shows future action. Everything in their language was here and now in the present. Anyways, what happened was this guy, strong Christian missionary, goes into this tribe and gets just totally mind blown by the culture, by the way that they see the world. He ends up figuring out a way to communicate after a while, but he stops believing in God. He stops believing in the Christian God. And he said the reason why is because for so long I was on the outside. I was on the outside of it all, and then I started to look in. I was on the outside looking in, and then once though I got in the middle of it all, I could see the outside, and the outside didn't make sense. I was on the inside looking out. So just to be convicted for that long, I wasn't comfortable saying that I know. And that was a huge part of my life. When it comes to religion, just saying I don't know. Once some things in my life happened where I got away from the church's influence or my parents' influence, I could no longer say with certainty that I know that this is true when I didn't have the constant confirmation. It's curiosity, man. It's hard once you're in your ways to get out, to look at things differently. When you're on the outside looking in, you don't realize, you think you're on the inside, but we have so much growth. And when you keep an open mind, guys, your life will change. Brian Grazer in the book Curious Mind. He says, I use curiosity as a management tool. I use it to help me be outgoing. I use curiosity to power my self-confidence. I use it to avoid getting into a rut. And I use it to manage my own worries. It says in the Bible, it's harder for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven than for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. And I wonder why. I still wonder why that is. But I mean, when you're rich, you kind of, I guess you would, maybe, all right, you can't say that, but I feel like I would stop having such a drive. And I mean, I think one part of the drive for me that I have now is because I'm curious, right? I want to learn about the world. I want to learn about how other people handle things and how they got to where they are. And that drives me. But if I was rich, I don't know if I'd be as curious as I am. Maybe. I'm not rich. So we'll see one day, hopefully. Man, stay hungry, guys. Stay curious and you'll be hungry. Hungry to keep learning. I love you guys. Started a new job recently. It's been kind of weird. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do these videos and stuff, but they're coming. Stay with me. I'm keeping them going. I love this. I'll see you guys soon.